Hey everyone, how's it going? We're going to talk about I today. Yes, the letter I. What do you think it is? I is imaginary number. The funny thing about I is that we don't really have a proper definition because I is not a real number. That means we don't have a tangible number to present. But we know that I squared is -1. If you really want to know the I value, let's break it down. Since I squared is -1, then I could be square root of -1. Why? Because if you multiply square root of -1 and square root of -1, then it will become -1, which is I squared. Well, but we have an issue here. When you learn square root in Algebra 1, have you ever had the square root of a negative number? We didn't learn this because the square root of a negative number is not a real number. I know it's a little confusing. For now, let's remember that I squared is -1. Simple. Let's do more with i's. We know that I is I, or I is the square root of -1. We also know that I squared is -1. Then what about I cube? This is I times I times I. That means I squared times I, right? We know that I squared is -1, so -1 times I is going to be -I. Make sense? Okay, what about I to the power of 4? This is I times I times I times I. We know that I times I is -1, and we have another I times I, which is -1. When you multiply -1 and -1, then it will be 1. This is introduction of I. In the next video, we're going to talk about how to simplify I. As always, if you have any questions, leave your comments down below. Thanks for watching. Bye!